My next guest takes on Said Nurmagomedov coming up here at UFC on ESPN Plus 2 on February 2nd. It is Ricardo Ramos joining me here on the program for the very first time. Ricardo, how are you?
Yeah, good and you? Feeling great.
That's great to hear, man, and it's good to see you back in the cage. Of course, you were supposed to fight at UFC Denver against Ricky Simón, and I know you had an injury that forced you off the card. What was the injury that you suffered before that fight?
Yeah, it was an injury on my hand, my right hand. So my ligament was broken, and I broken my little finger, and that's why I jumped off.
Okay, and how long was the recovery time on that?
I think it was 10 weeks. Yeah, 10 weeks. And it was very close to the fight, so I decided to jump off because my hand was very bad. So I think it was the best choice.
And with that said, was this the right amount of time off for you getting this fight in February?
Yeah. When I get this the offer for the fight in Fortaleza, I was doing my recovery. So, but I was still I was training because I just hurt my hand, so I can kick and I can train techniques. So I was not stopped. I was training well. So when they sent me this opportunity, I just still training and recovering my hand. And when I could, I come back to the hard training and for the training camp.
So tell me, when you find out you're going to be fighting in Fortaleza, you must have been pretty excited because you fought primarily in the U.S. for your career. It must be nice to fight in your home country.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great opportunity because I didn't fight in Brazil from 2015. And it's my first fight in UFC in Brazil, so that's awesome. The Brazilian traveling will be very different for me, and being my country, fighting for my country, it's gonna be great for sure.
How far away is Fortaleza from where you're from?
It's around 2 hours flight.
Oh, nice.
Flying. Yeah, it's not that much.
That's good. Are you expecting a lot of people to come out, even though it's a 2-hour flight?
Yeah, there will be a lot of people from my city, from my family. A lot of friends is going to watch my fight, so it's gonna be very different from the others.
Are you disappointed not to fight Ricky Simón because that's who you're supposed to fight on the Denver card? But or are you happy to get this matchup because in some ways this is a more notable opponent?
I believe on my way. I believe in what happened on my career. So I think if the fight with Rick Simon was not happen, it was not to happen. So I would like to fight Rick Simon because I think he's a dangerous opponent than Nurmagomedov. But it's okay. I can beat him on the next time, on the next opportunity. But I think that's a great match to do.
How do you feel like you match up against Nurmagomedov? You guys both have the same record, which is pretty interesting. How do you see your stylistic, your skill set against his?
Yeah, so I think he's a guy who, when I heard his name, I thought, oh, he's like a big. But when I started watching his fights, I saw he's not similar. He's not the same, So I think he has a lot of things on the ground where I can attack. Like I see a lot of times he giving his back to the opponent. So I think that's one of the way to submit him. Like he gives them the back on the ground.
Where are you training right now, and who are some of your main training?
So I was training in Team Alpha Male, but I had to come back to Brazil. So now I'm doing the training camp in Brazil on my team in Brazil from the beginning with all my training teammates. So Guilherme, Miranda, and a lot of other guys who train with me from the beginning. So they are from my city, and they are the guys who are helping me for these training camps. My coach, Otávio Carneiro, Marcelo Ferreira, all these guys.
Is the plan to go back to the States and train at Alpha Male again, or you just want to see how it goes from fight to fight?
Yeah, I will see how it goes, but I will come back to Team Alpha Male because I was supposed to be to come back to Sacramento, but I had to stay here because my injury. So I still the treatment right here. And but after this fight, because I get this fight in Brazil, so I thought it was best if I stay in Brazil, staying in my city, in my country to train for this fight. So after this fight, I will come back to Sacramento for sure.
Yeah, no, it makes more sense. Less travel time too, which I'm sure is nice. So that's good.
Exactly.
How's the weight cut going ahead of this fight? We're more than a month out from the fight. How's all that going?
It's going perfect because I started with a new nutritionist, so that was one of the things what was make me feel better on my performances, bad on my performance. So now I think my weight is going down very well. So I'm 150 right now. So I'm training hard. I'm training with a lot of energy. So that's gonna be different. That fight will be different for sure.
And who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
My coach Guilherme Carcaça, my BJJ coach, MMA coach Guilherme Carcaça. BJJ is Alan Lucchesi, and Manuel Silva is one of my training partners.
And how do you see this fight playing out on February 2nd?
So I'm going to take him down and submit him on the back here naked choke because it is one of the things I saw on his fights. He always gives it the back.
And what's next for you after this fight? Assuming you get the win here, are you looking for more of a high caliber opponent? What's sort of? I know you're not looking past your opponent, but where do you feel like a win puts you in the division?
Oh, I think I want to fight. I want to fight with a top opponent, and I want to be on the ranking. But everyone, I'm ready for everyone. But I would like to fight Aljamain Sterling. I'm not. Yeah, this guy. So I think that's a good fight. Or Sean O'Malley. I like to fight Sean O'Malley, but he is out of competition right now. But it's one of my picks too.
Well, Aljamain's fighting Jimmy Rivera. Would you want the winner of that fight then, I guess?
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe if he win this fight and we can match, we can make this fight happen. Yeah, that's nice.
Last question before I let you go. What do you like doing on your downtime in between training sessions and everything? Are you watching any TV or playing any video games? What would I find you doing?
Yeah, what I do is watching Said Nurmagomedov and sleep a lot. I sleep a lot because I have to rest a lot because my training is very hard. So after training, I just cook my food and get some rest and then come back to work. So that's what I'm doing. And sometimes I see my girlfriend.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You have to got to put in that time for sure. Well, Ricardo, it was great talking to you. We're really looking forward to this card. It's UFC on ESPN +2 coming up here on February 2nd. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
So I don't have any sponsor. If someone wants to sponsor me, it's a good opportunity. So just call me, guys.